So welcome all to this second session on the platform. Just some promo on the upcoming events, the ARC update, and tomorrow morning, the Macro Zero Trust by Marnix Tersago. So what we're going to do today is going further where we left off in the previous session, meaning we're going to talk about price books a bit, about price overrides and so on. This is the agenda. The last minute change of mind. So I'm going to start with this one, which is basically how to improve the search or what is changed in searching into the marketplace. So as you might have noticed, there is a small change in the marketplace. And as last week or last time, I will also do mostly of it by demoing. So let me go to Stream19. So this is me logged on as a partner in Stream1IAM. So basically the change is sort of simple, viewable. So let's go to the marketplace. Let's select a customer. It doesn't really matter whom. And now if you start searching, for instance, this premium, you get two sites and you can say, I want only those where there is business, for instance, business NCE. You will always get those options on the right side. You can go for premium. You can also select only one those with business premium in the name on top of the list, and then you can rather easy select which one you want to have for your customers. You can also say I only want to have month-to-month subscriptions, then you can filter it out in going only for the month subscriptions or only the terms for the yearly months or 3 yearly month terms that coming up. So you will also have those kind of filters available in the search. For the rest, it remains the same. You select the product and you go to the sales process it was before. Just a small update on the search. Why do we know at first? Because frankly, we're going to see it later again in the other demo sections. So the marketplace, categorized search. So you can basically put in a name or a product ID. You get the two panes where you can first select further out, or on the right side, immediately select the product you want with the filter possibilities. So that was as a starter. Last time we went into the price books. Small recap, because the next section will go on top of this one. So what are price books is basically a way of changing the pricing for your customers. You have a specific price that you pay at SYNNEX, you have the MSRP, and you might deviate from the MSRP based on what you paid at the Microsoft at the SYNNEX, or based on what the MSRP is. So for default, you get two price books. The top is the MSRP based, so everything you do is based on the MSRP. The second one is cost plus price book, as we call it, meaning you're going to make changes based on what you pay to SYNNEX to define a price for your customer. So the defaults cannot be changed. You create a duplicate, you make your adjustments, you assign to the customer, and it will be applied on future purchases. You cannot make it retroactively active. Keep it simple, limit the number of price books. The difference between the three, so the master price book and a cost price book, if there is a change, for instance, the MSRP was 120 euros, your cost was 100 euro, you say to your customer, I'm going to let you pay 120 euros. So there's adjustment of 15% in the price book. What will happen? There you're going to go to 115 euros because it's based on your cost. And if you pay it on MSRP, then you will go to 138 euros as your new cost for your customer. So basically two ways of defining prices for your customers, visible in the reports, visible in the billing statements, and also exportable to your ERP system if you would do that to make your invoices. So a right, easy way to work with this price book and adapt the price for your customers if you want to. Okay. And you can see which customer has for which subscription, which price book allocated. If you have questions, please unmute yourself and hello to talk, and ask your question or put it in the chat window. I'll try to monitor that as well. So basically, this was the price books. So we went more detail last time. Now we're going to say, what if I don't want to use a price book, or I'm working with a customer and I want another price? I'm in a competitive situation. He's a good customer. So I want to give him another price, lower or higher, as a standard price book, which is assigned to the customer. Therefore, we're going to work with price overrides. Let me first show you before we go into the slides. So I'm here in my customer. Let me change another one. Let's take my favorite customer, Staby. Okay, and I want to add, for instance, the video studio or the apps for business. Let's take that one and add it to the cart. Okay. As you see, there are two products in the cart. So basically, this is what you know. You're going to the product, going to the purchase model, and then you can change the price that you want to ask your customers at the checkout of the pricing. As you know, this always takes a couple of seconds. Let's hope. Okay. So you see, there's already some things in the price book saved for later. I did it to prepare the demo. So here we have the Exchange Online, the SharePoint, whatever you have in the price book and in the cart, and you can say, I want to make a change to the price based on I want to make another margin or I want to make another markup, which is completely not the same. For instance, here, if I want to say I don't want 50%, I only want 25%, you will see that the unit price will change immediately for that product. If you take apply, you're going to see the new price in the calculation on the right side, but also in the pricing section on top of that product. You can also make it time bound. You can say, I only want to have this for a specific number of renewals. This is a annual. So basically, this is for 1 year. And you can say, I want to have it also at the renewal. So for 2, 3, 4, 5 years that you want to have it. But obviously, this is only changeable for 1 year because it's always the full term that is being used. Let's stay dig. This also here. This is here monthly, the business premium. So here I can change and say I want to have default end of the term, but I can go back and say I only want to have this promo price till the end of July. Next billing cycle will then go to the normal price book price that is defined in there. So you can play with months if you have a spread payment, or if you have a monthly, obviously that's every month that you start a new term, but it's always term based and billing cycle based. So if you have a billing cycle of 1 year, basically you can only do it for the year. You cannot say I want to have this price for 6 months if you have a yearly billing term. Okay. And then basically you continue with the purchase project, purchase flow as you always do. Yes. Continue. And once you've done this, so once you do configuration of the product, you cannot change the price anymore. So now the price is fixed. You cannot change the price on the product anymore. It will remain the price as you defined it. If it's wrong, take it out of the cart and put the product again into the cart to make another price change, because people can make mistakes. Okay, so now it's recalculating everything again to make sure that we have the correct price. So this is basically making a price change. As you see, price adjustment, I can click it, but I cannot change it anymore. And I can throw away the product from my cart. Then the place your order, everything is configured. You can place your order, but that part, you know. So this is basically changing the price at purchase moment. Now let's go to the subscriptions. I want to take again Stay because I know that one the best. Let me filter out the active ones. Too much. So here you have, as you saw, at purchase, but you can also, because for instance, the exchange online, which you see monthly, I want to start now with a new price. I can go to the product and I can change the pricing for that product. Okay, let's go find the details at Microsoft, how much we have, it's still active, and those kind of things. So this is why it always takes some while. But here now I can change the prices, and you will see that you have basically four four boxes. The left ones are prices that are being done by TD SYNNEX towards you. You might have a special price for something. More or less. So you will see it in here. The right side is your price adjustment to your customers, where I can say, okay, this is now yearly. I don't do a new purchase, but I can say at a price adjustment as of February, no, as of April. Should be possible to select that. But no, it's always as of now till till the end of April. I should be able to select April if I didn't took the wrong product, or is this Murphy that is playing with my so normally I could select here the end date of the adjustment to check out why. So the basic is always the same. I make an adjustment, margin, markup, or I define here directly a price. Want to make it €4. €4. I think I broke something. Okay, cancel. This is not good. Let's try it again. I have another product. Sorry for this. This is what we call demo. I tried it this morning. This is deleted. This is manage pricing. Price adjustment. So let's gonna change this now. Let's make it €40. Okay, this is better. I can start on the 1st of November, and I will do this for a couple of months that I want to define in my calendar. So basically, going in and changing your price adjustment at the moment, or changing the price adjustment at renewal. You can say, I'm running now for a specific period, a yearly term, but negotiate with the customer. He wants to have another price. You can say at the renewal, I will want to make this price like €35. Effective date as no, and then let's say until cancelled, or I put an end date. So I can put an end date here of whenever I want within the term, or until cancelled. So it will continue on every renewal. Then this price will be used to make the price calculation for the customer. Oh, there it is. Mostly in the house. Okay. So basically, two ways of making a price adjustment at purchase moment, or at the product itself, going in and make a price adjustment if you would need that. Where can you see it? If you go to the reports, my CSP billing customer report with overrides. You see that I have made a price adjustment in the fixed. You see here, so this is a global adjustment based on the price book. The one is now selected, and this is basically done out of the price override module that I just showed. So you can have, depending on the date that you want to apply a price change, it will done as of the day now. So previous was 50 euros, now I'm going to 44.4 euros. And basically, so in the report, you will see which prices is being used until when it will be validated or will be the valid price for your customer. So in short, price override is only for seat-based licensing, so not for Azure consumption or AWS consumption or Google consumption. It's only for fixed pricing, like so Microsoft NCE, but also AvePoint, Acronis. If you have all those licenses where there is seat-based licensing, you can have a price override. It always applies to the full billing cycle. So if I do it today, it will apply to the billing cycle, which is now running. So from 1st of February till the 28th of February, being invoiced in March. So that is how you need to view those price billing cycles. What is happening today will be applied and on the next billing cycle, on the next purchase. You can do it at purchase. You can do it midterm. If you have a spread payment, so in yearly, monthly, you can do it for 5, 6, 7 months if you would like to. And it applied on the current billing cycle at first, and it will be always invoiced on the next month. Or at renewal, where you can define X renewals to be done, or as we saw, indefinite until you change it manually. Now, price adjustment, you saw me playing around with the margin and with the markup, but frankly, if you do a margin, you will create a new fixed price. So you will not use the margin for later changes. If you put now a price, in this case of 5.7 or 5 or 4, you will use that price as the price for the customer. There will be no automatically adaptation on vendor price changes and stuff like that. Same for the markup. If you do the markup, you will also make a new fixed price. You will not have the markup being applied on changes done by the vendor or by DD6. So I put it kind in a comparison table. So price books and price overrides. When do you use it? Price book, generally it's tenant-wide. You say I want to have this customer, special price, it will be for all these products. You can do it on a per subscription based. It is possible, but it's another more clicks to have it done using the subscription in the cloud accounts in the customer details. Price overrides is always per subscription. So if you have 50 subscriptions for a customer, you want to have a price override, you need to create 50 price overrides, but you can then deviate one price higher or lower or other margin defined on the subscription. Where the price book is always the full tenant. Timing, price book till you change it or you override it with a price override. Price override can be predefined at the term or the length of the term you want to use it. Applicable, so price books, seat-based and consumption-based. Price overrides only in seat-based licensing. So that means, so Microsoft, I explain in Microsoft world, it's Microsoft NCE, it is Everything Dynamics, it is all those kind of products. It's also software subscription. Today, not on software perpetual. It's a discussion that we have internally, but today in software perpetual, you cannot do a price override because you cannot change the price during the term and stuff like that. So that's what we're discussing. If you apply a price book, especially on the consumption based, you will apply it as a day of the consumption. So if you change today your price book for an Azure plan, then you will have other prices as of today. Consumption of yesterday will be still on the old price book. the type. So a price book is based on MSRP or on your cost. You can also define a fixed price in the price book, but we advised against that because it will make your life more complex. Price override is always fixed, but you have a more control into the reports to see what is happening, and mostly you do it very time bound. The vendor price change. So if Microsoft does a price increase, like on the 1st of April with the yearly monthly subscriptions, your price book will automatically be adapted. So Microsoft adds 5%, your sales price out will go up with 5% as well. With the price override, your price remains as you have defined it. So if you say today this will be €4 and Microsoft upgrades the price, you will always see €4 in your reports. Kind of the same with the SYNNEX price changes, but we don't often do that, those prices. At the bottom, you see an example. So you have a price book 20% cost plus an override of €0 per month. So the current cost is €10. Your price book, your cost is, should have said that in. So your 20% is €12. Your overall price is €11. Now Microsoft, 1st of April, there's a 5% price increase. So your cost goes to €10.50. Your sales out will automatically be adjusted to €12.6 because the price book is using the 20% cost plus calculation. Your override price will remain €11. So be very careful. Microsoft and most vendors inform about price changes 3 months upfront. So be aware of that you can make this or that you are aware of what is happening on that level. It is visible in the reports. So the price book, you have the price change and the price change value, as we saw on the 50 that on the report. You have the price book and the price book ID. Price override, right? You also have the price change, which is then the fixed price override, which is written. You have the change value and the due dates when it starts and when it ends in the reports. Okay. Question on that point? You should be able to unmute yourself. Okay. I don't see any. So let's go to the next topic then, which is quoting. Quoting, very simple. Your customer wants a price, or you have a lead and you want to create a price for that customer before he agrees to buy your products. This is also, as the price override is also vendor agnostic, so you can use it for every vendor. Obviously, it doesn't make really a lot of sense to use it in an Azure plan, because Azure plan, as you know, you don't know upfront what the cost will be. So quotes is basically also oriented towards seat-based licensing and not towards consumption-based licensing. Okay, let me first show it. Here is my my demo environment. So basically how you create a quote as you saw it in the marketplace. Maybe you didn't saw it. So let's go back to my Staby. There are products in the cart, so I can go immediately there. You can see you have here starting point. You create a quote. Very simple. You load up your cart and then you say create quote. And you have the products in there where you can at that moment. Okay, I want to do it Staby 7. Let's do it to this customer. I can do it one quote for multiple customers. Yes. If you want to take an action, for instance, you want to say, I've now, for the next couple of months, I want to have my business premium with a promo price to my customers. You can select multiple customers if you want, but let's stick, okay, this is not a worry. Bank it, there's a user in there. Voila. So that will go in there. Leads, I come back later. I give it a name. It is a demo session of 25/02/24. Next. I can give it a reference. This is my reference. I give it a validity date. Also very important, because if you make a quote and the quote is accepted, you will use the price on the quote to make the purchase. So again, yearly, monthly, you make it now, you make a specific price. The customer accepts it after the 1st of April, you will use the prices in the quote. So be careful. We always advise to do it till the last day of the month, which is today is 4 days. So basically, my quote will stand for 4 days, and it will go invalidated, will go expired without any further notice. Quote description, demo, internal note, yes, if needed. You can send it per email. Those email templates, they are in the environment. You can put them off. Per default, these are on, but you can say, I don't want to have my quote being sent by email. Next. So this is what the products are. You can still add products, or you can add scenarios. I will show you a scenario-based quote later. So basically saying, I want to deviate. Imagine that your customer says, I'm doubting between business standard plus the Defender plus. Okay, you make one, or you make a second scenario, business premium, where the customer will see that the price is better to buy business premium instead of buying all the components separately. So I can give the quantity, and obviously I can also do a price changes here per product if I would like to. I want to make a promo, so I do a price override if I would like per product, the way it should go. Next. Okay. You can save this as a draft to come back later. Well, that's not go into that direction at the moment. Submit quote. Confirm. So now an email is sent out to those two persons saying there is a quote available for you to use in the white label front store. You can also download the quote and send it out manually per the PDF if you would like to. This takes a couple of minutes creating those PDFs. Okay. So now if I go to the quotes, this is the quote. The two quotes I created, for one Stevie and one for Ankit. I created a lead quote this morning to test things out. Yesterday I made the quote and stuff like that. So all quotes are available here for all the customer. And obviously I can go in if it's not expired. So this one is expired. I cannot do anything without it. Submitted means that it is sent out. Pending response is basically saying, okay, my customer is still thinking about it. Demo session. You can view it on. What was the content? You can accept it. If you go accept, then you go into the billing cycle. Basically, you load up your cart, you go to the normal billing cycle or ordering cycle to have it done. So if I go accept, there is only one scenario, confirm. It will not be possible because there is no tenant on this customer, I know on top of my head. So basically, I'm now filling in the cart with all the products with the price overrides have been defined. And then I can simply say, okay, place the order. This is what should have happened. No, it doesn't. Okay, here it is. So here you can not change the quantities. We should not be able to change the quantities. Basically, the quote is as is. You have the pricing. You cannot do the price adjustments anymore. They are grayed out. You cannot change the quantities. You can just say, if everything is configured now, place your order, and the order goes out into the, in this case, Microsoft environment. As you see, I cannot. So the quote basically is the quote. You have to act on that. So let's go to the white label storefront. So functionality, enable, save. If you know the link top of your head. Let's show it now. Quotes. Launch white label. I'm going to do it in a private window. So now I'm going to log in as a customer. Authenticator, sign in. Administrator, this account, login. Need the authenticator 695 522 verify. So now I'm at the customer on the Stream Iron platform. I can go to my quotes and basically say here, I want to see this quote. Where I have two scenarios. So the Exchange Online and the SharePoint, or scenario 2, which is Business Basic. And you see the price difference between the two. And now as a customer, I can say, accept the quote, this one, confirm, and I can place the order. Obviously, as a customer, I cannot change the prices, which is normal. So, but you can this way make it available to your customer. You make a quote, they go to the white label storefront if you would use that, and then they can accept the quote and basically place the order themselves. You know this, how this works. So you see again the information, and you say place your order, and the order goes to Microsoft, and the license will be booked on your account. Very simple, going from a quote to the customer, and let the customer accept the quote into the system, so you don't need to do any manual work on that anymore. So quotes. So negotiated prices. You can create scenarios. You can use price overrides. So this is a third way of basically creating price overrides. So when executed, the quote price will be applied. As said, if you define the price of 11 euros and Microsoft the price change, you will still use the 11 euros because basically it's what the customer signed up for. So the tip here is limit in time your quote. Don't make it too long, otherwise you might run into issues. You can send per email, and the customer can accept it in the white label storefront. So to the customer, if you create a quote, if you create to the customer, the first price shown when you create a quote is the price book assigned price. So basically what you have defined in the price book for the customer as the sales out price. If you use a lead, yes, as there is no price book assigned, what you per default will get is the, not this one, but this one. So if I create a quote, create new quote for a lead, yes, quote name lead 2. Okay, you put here the emails. So Eric on you can add multiple leads if you would like to the same quote. Next. So you add a pro. Okay, this is again the reference. Need to put in a reference number. Next. And then I want to add scenarios. No, add a product. Again, multiple scenarios possible. Let's take again the business premium, my favorite product, as it is yours. Premium. Let's take this one. You will see that the price, add to scenario, return to scenarios. The price here is basically, if you take the price adjustment, you can see it. It is basically your reseller cost that you should be applied. And now it does it all the way around. Okay. But normally, okay, I need to report this. What you will see here as a default customer price is your cost, is not what is on the price, because there is no price book assigned to a customer. or the email address is used anyway. Okay, thanks for the demo. So to lead your cost is starting point. So go in and use a price adjustment to make sure that you have the correct price for that customer. Sorry for the sloppy demo. As usual, when you try it, it works correct. Okay. Questions, remarks? Where is the chat window? Okay. What's coming up? So the roadmap. Basically, we're gonna split off the link. So as you know, if you have a new customer, you need to go into the sales process, the order process, and then you there need to link the customer, okay, to new tenant. We're gonna split that off. That you first make the link to the customer or create a new tenant, and then start purchasing for that customer, which is in a sense more logic than it is today. We're working, that is normally for half of March, to have the customer or the vendor promos applied in Steam on Iron. That you only during your ordering process that you can validate if you're eligible for a certain or your customer is eligible for a certain promo, which is then making it much more clear. As today, you need to order it, and then when you get, we get information from Microsoft, and 2 days later you see in Steam on Iron the correct prices. So with the vendor promos, you will see the correct price at purchase. First at Microsoft, other vendors will come later for that change. Another one, normally also in March, is to define windows of change in lifecycle management. That you can say, especially when you go to white label storefront, that your customer can only do an upgrade by 10 at one go. That they cannot accidentally order 1,000 pieces because their zero was stuck if they wanted to order 10. Yeah? And there is much more coming up in the next couple of weeks, months, and years. Obviously, you want to know more about Stream 1i, you want to go more in detail. So you have, and this is clickable in the PowerPoint, you have a lot of modules that you can go in and see. They're also adapted. More will be adding if you do a change of platform. A couple of days later, you'll have a new training for that. So all these things are available for you to go in and have more details on how Stream on Iron operates. You maybe saw ConnectWise, you see IBM. Those are not available in Belgium yet or in Europe yet. But for instance, everything you can do with AFPoint, as always, is also training available for that. The Autotask integration, the API integration, all those trainings, all available for you at BrainShock. And then events that we organize next couple of days. If you don't have the link, it's here, events in the SYNNEX, and so it's connected to SYNNEX.be/events, where you see all the latest events, and this is basically what's coming up in a couple of days and weeks. So tomorrow, the Zero Trust by Marnix, Thursday, the Mono Workspace event, where as of noon, the registration is closed. If you want to send an email, we might get you in anyway. And you see more and more trainings coming up, events that are taking place in the next couple of days of it. This is just the first page of it. There is more on the website. Okay, questions, remarks, or afterwards drop us an email, hyperscale.be@synnix.com or microsoft.be@synnix.com. Still works as well, where you can then answer your questions. Acronis is not in our team, so if you want more detailed, you need to contact those persons separately, but send a mail to us. We will forward it towards the correct persons within SYNNEX. Okay. On my agenda for next topics would be the white label front store, to go a bit more in that. If you have topics that you want to have shown or discussed in this session, please let me know so I can adapt my thinking towards what you want to see, not what I think is interesting for you. For now, thank you very, very, very much, and have a good day.